I just landed a huge deal for you. And then you tell me I'm gonna take 5% less this year?
You are replaceable.
You say that kind of stuff a lot. And that's why Brian Peters wrote you're a jackass on your parking curb.
What the hell, Dan?
That was 1 year ago. The next day I started my own company. I only have 2 employees. One's too old and one's too young.
I've never been on a business trip before. I'm pretty jacked.
Can you not say your whole name today? Because the client can lose focus.
Hello, I'm like Pancake.
What was your last name?
Pancake?
Like breakfast.
It's Greek.
It's delicious. Yum.
The good news is we nailed a big deal and we're traveling to Germany to shake on it.
Hey, Dan.
You gotta be kidding me. This deal may not be done.
Dan, this is Chuck Portnoy. You know, don't you?
Those pants are so tight. Is that a crease?
No, I don't have a crease, thank you.
Slit?
No.
There's space.
There is no space.
There's actually space. It's alarming.
You're telling me we're bankrupt?
If we don't close this deal.
Well, you're the little guy taking on the big guy.
You're gonna go up against me and Dynamic Systems.
We're gonna be hard to beat. The first rule is show the client a good time.
Let's party.
All we do is party, party, and get high right now.
Snoop Lion, probably time to pass that.
Just do it, throw it. What happened?
The second rule.
How you doing?
I'm here for a meeting. Forget all the other rules.
You okay, Dan? I'm not crying. That's just poison in my eyes. If we close this deal, I want to make love to a woman. Wheelbarrow position.
How is it a wheelbarrow?
One person's legs is being held up.
Does that feel good?
No.
Maybe we should just try to do it normal. Maybe put me down when you get a chance.
I'm losing confidence in the team.
Unfinished business.
I'm next on the upgrade list.
Sorry, I'd give you my seat, but I've never been upgraded.
That's all right.
But I appreciate you. It is an honor to sit in front of you. Okay, please. I'd like you to have the seat.
To go with intrigued for this movie instead of excited, because to be perfectly honest, the trailer didn't make me laugh once. The closest I came to a chuckle was at the end, but I enjoyed that last joke about the upgrade with the soldier more for analytical reasons than I actually found it laugh out loud funny. I actually enjoy this whole trailer more from an analytical perspective than an entertainment one. For instance, let's use that end bit as an example. I really can admire the joke structure and how they build it and then they go there, but they land the joke because it's clever, it's new, it's a joke we haven't seen before, and I think it's very appropriate to the times that we're living in. You know, you just recently heard that story about Amy Adams famously giving up her first-class seat to a soldier. Made a lot of news online, trending on Twitter, etc. And so it's funny to see Vince Vaughn have a really bad scenario there. And as I said, the joke was escalated really well, and they took it someplace that wasn't expected, that was just edgy enough to make it really funny and unique. And I think the whole movie is kind of heading in that direction, but again, the only thing it seems to be missing is humor. I mean, I really like so many of the ingredients here. I'm just worried about how they're going to come together. And they shouldn't be tasteless because, again, it's a great list of ingredients. The premise is really funny. I love the idea of a movie about a business trip. We haven't really seen that. The closest we've come, I think, is The Guilt Trip, where Seth Rogen took his mom, Barbara Streisand, on his business road trip. That wasn't really like an actual business trip. It was, the one he could take his mom on. But this one is like, I think a lot of people could relate to it. I mean, I've even taken business trips to Comic-Con, and it does have that weird feeling of being half party, half work. You're in a strange place trying to do new business, and there's a lot on the line. You have your to-do list of what you hope to accomplish that trip. It's just a weird space to be in. So I think I can relate to that aspect of this movie, and I think it's a lot of great comedy to play off of. And I like the idea of their meeting, being at a place where there's a rally going on, and he's like, I have a business meeting, I have a meeting I have to get to. It's just so ridiculous to tell the protester police that you really have a meeting starting soon and you have to get there. So I thought that was good, and I like the cast a lot. This is a very strong cast, and a lot of people you wouldn't expect to see in a movie like this. Nick Frost in a big American movie, that's fantastic, although you can see how little they expect him to bring in terms of box office because they haven't paid any attention to him in the trailer. James Marsden, always excited to see James Marsden. He was a great villain in Anchorman 2. I'll be interested to see what he does here. I love the team of Vince Vaughn with Dave Franco, coming off of Neighbors. How nice is that for him? And also Tom Wilkinson. It's great to see him in a comedy like this. And then Sienna Miller. Sienna Miller is getting so much work. She's also an American Sniper that's coming out, that Clint Eastwood, Bradley Cooper film, you know, a strong awards contender, or expected strong awards contender. And she looks like she's doing a really nice job here. I think comedy is an interesting place for her to go with her career, and why not? Let's see if she can do it. But one of the problems I had with her character, though, is that I didn't think it was funny, and I didn't think it was appropriate for her to be commenting on Vince Vaughn's package in his pants. It's something you would never do during a business trip. It's just too unprofessional, and I mean, I don't think at that point in the movie she's at a desperate enough point to stoop to that level, and I think it makes the whole thing seem unprofessional. And I think that might be my biggest complaint so far about this, and it's similar to a problem I had with Horrible Bosses 2, and that's that for a movie about business, there isn't actually a lot of discussion about business. And I can understand that's hard to do. A lot of times people who go into the arts don't have a strong, you know, understanding of business, particularly on the creative side. I mean, it's ideal for you to have both, because then you can handle your own career the best, but I think it's, of course, easier to write a movie that focuses on the hijinks of a business trip than the business aspects of a business trip. But as I said in my Horrible Bosses 2 review, my favorite point, well, single point in the movie, was Kevin Spacey's cameo, because he addressed actual business situations and strategies and tactics correctly, and that's what made it funny. And so I think that I wish the movie had more business featured in a movie about a business trip. I just think a balance of the two would make it seem more real, more unique, more funny. A little bit like that end joke on the airplane. I thought that was really the best joke in the whole trailer, and I think they were right to end on it. So I'm curious to what you think. How do you feel? Are you willing to give this movie the benefit of the doubt, see a little bit more from it, or have you checked out already, or are you super excited? Write your thoughts down below. Thank you so much for tuning into my review, and you can check out some more episodes right now.